At the heart of the octagon, where only the fiercest warriors can claim their place, a titan rises from the shadows of the division. In a game of ruthless strategy, where cunning clashes with power, Benoît Saint-Denis emerges as an unstoppable storm, a fighter who gives no respite and shows no mercy. Like a war god at his finest, he combines suffocating pressure with lethal precision, uniting the brutality of striking with the mastery of grappling. Every move is a precise calculation, every blow a judgment, and every confrontation proof that those who underestimate his fury will never live to tell the tale. It's time to travel back in time and discover how he cemented his place as the lightweight king's worst nightmare. Are you ready to witness the rise of a true conqueror? But before continuing, subscribe to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Benoît Saint-Denis, known as the God of War, was born on December 18, 1995, in Nîmes, France, and from a young age showed interest in combat sports, training judo from the age of 8 and obtaining a black belt. Before dedicating himself to MMA, Saint-Denis served in the French Army Special Forces, participating in operations in Africa and receiving decorations for his service. After leaving the army in 2019, he focused on his martial arts career, training kickboxing and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which led him to make his professional MMA debut. Since joining the UFC, he has proven to be an aggressive and versatile fighter, with a style based on constant pressure and a combination of striking and grappling. His rise in the division has made him a dangerous contender for anyone chasing the title. Benoît Saint-Denis made his MMA debut on December 16, 2017, at the Invictus 15 Amateur Tournament. In that competition, he participated in the welterweight division and managed to take the victory, marking the beginning of his career in mixed martial arts. But it was at Staredown Fighting Championship 14 on March 16, 2019 in Belgium, where he became known. Benoît Saint-Denis versus Artur Szczepaniak. From the first round, Benoît Saint-Denis showed his classic aggressive style, closing the distance and pressuring Artur Szczepaniak with exchanges of strategic punches and takedowns. Szczepaniak tried to stay afloat with his striking, but Saint-Denis gave him no respite. As the rounds progressed, the Frenchman increased the intensity, wearing down his rival with his relentless grappling. Finally, in the third round, with his opponent exhausted and with no way out, Saint-Denis found the perfect opening. He took the back, executed a rear naked choke with surgical precision, and forced Szczepaniak to tap out. A spectacular victory that made it clear that God of War was here to stay in the world of MMA. His next big appearance, where he would make waves, was at Lions FC on a night that seemed to be sparked by fate. Benoît Saint-Denis faced Marc Domont and made it clear why his rise in MMA was unstoppable. From the first bell, Saint-Denis unleashed a lightning offensive that fused aggression and precision. With agile and calculated movements, he found the perfect moment to take Domont down, dominating the exchange and quickly narrowing down his opponent's options. He soon surprised everyone. In the first round, taking advantage of his superior grappling game, Saint-Denis sealed the fight with an impeccable guillotine submission. The speed and forcefulness of the technique left Domont with no alternative, scoring a decisive victory and leaving the crowd ecstatic. On March 25, 2021, at the Arad Fort venue in Bahrain, Benoît Saint-Denis made his Brave CF debut at Brave CF 49, a fight that gave him a boost in the MMA world. The fight between Benoît Saint-Denis and Luan Santiago. Santiago came out with the intention of imposing his pace, confidently launching hard-hitting attacks. However, the God of War, Benoît Saint-Denis, responded with calculated aggression, combining relentless pressure with refined technique.
On the one. His hands low out of the peripheral vision of his opponent. Head kick from Benoit.
It was noticeable how Saint-Denis gradually neutralized Santiago's attacks, using precise takedowns and transitions that undermined his opponent's confidence.
It's a dangerous game to play. He is capable. Benoit Saint-Denis clutch on it. Big takedown from Benoit.
In the second round, he took advantage of a slight opening in Santiago's defense to execute the masterstroke. He captured the perfect position and closed the fight with a devastating arm triangle choke that forced Santiago to tap out, sealing an incredible victory.
Against it again. It's his hips. What you see here is he's using his knee beautifully to isolate out of the cage.
Is stopping. Got him.
Over the top.
And there it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the God of War, Benoît Saint-Denis.
After his impressive performances in fights and minor leagues, where he made his mark, he racked up resounding victories that put his name on the radar of various international talent scouts. Benoît Saint-Denis was contacted and signed by the UFC, officially debuting at UFC 267. Benoît Saint-Denis versus Eliseu Zaleski dos Santos. From the start, both competitors showed a desire to dictate the pace of the match. Saint-Denis attempted to close the gap to exploit his grappling game.
I know, right, man? Man, making the ref work tonight.
While Zaleski, nicknamed Capoeira for his fluid and versatile style, displayed a dynamic and precise striking.
Good start for the UFC rookie.
His eyes look wide open, though. He looks nervous. When you look at Saint-Denis...
From the ages of 8 and 16.
Oh! They both
Something
made
got a
it.
ripple. Oh, another knee!
When the final bell rang, the judges unanimously scored in favor of Eliseu Zaleski dos Santos. For Benoit, this fight marked an important milestone in his career, serving as a crucial lesson in adapting and evolving in the demanding UFC scenario. Despite his defeat, he would not give up, and he would prove it in his next confrontation. Benoît Saint-Denis versus Niklas Stolze. During the first round, Niklas Stolze displayed a solid striking style, throwing firm punches in an attempt to set the tone.
Things to do if indeed he gets taken down. And on the feet, largely they liked what they saw. That round ended. That rear naked choke was completely, and luckily,
However, the Frenchman moved with the agility and poise characteristic of a former military man, closing the distance and forcing Stolze into the clinch.
keep this fight at range. He's back. Oh! They want that right hand as well, John. But something...
There, Benoit demonstrated his grappling excellence, achieving a takedown that allowed him to transition to the ground, where he began to wear down his opponent with absolute control. In the second round, the fight reached its climax. Taking advantage of an opening in Stolze's defense, Saint-Denis executed a flawless transition, positioning himself dominantly. With almost surgical technique, he locked in a rear naked choke, forcing Stolze to surrender to the relentless pressure of the God of War.
That was a reinforced guillotine. He had him completely locked up. Gonna go right for the body triangle, John. This is bad. Benoît Saint-Denis.
After redeeming himself after his first UFC victory, Benoît Saint-Denis wouldn't stop against Gabriel Miranda. During the first round, a technical exchange was looming. Benoit continually looked for an opening to apply his aggressive striking game. Although Miranda appeared cautious, It was in the second round that things took a devastating turn. With almost surgical speed, Benoit landed a devastating combination that triggered a TKO by punches just 16 seconds into the round. That moment encapsulated his entire offensive arsenal, his ability to relentlessly pressure and the explosiveness of his attacks, making clear his emerging status in the division. The contest, although brief, became a true lesson in how preparation, combat vision, and determination can define an outcome.
Oh, 10-8 for sure. That was a tough round. He got dropped. He got all
His next fight wasn't long in coming. At UFC Fight Night Strickland vs. Magomedov, Benoît Saint-Denis faced Ismael Bonfim in a vibrant bout that, despite its brevity, left a strong impression. From the first bell, the God of War's intention was evident: to pressure, close the gap, and force Bonfim into a defensive position.
C'est parti, premier middle, gros middle.
Et la remise immédiatement de Bonfim, allez, on perd pas de temps.
Middle, encore un autre.
Allez, il en veut d'autres.
Attention, hein. Barrière pour l'instant.
The fight was tense, with both fighters trading blows and gauging their strategies. However, Saint-Denis' technical superiority and aggressiveness became evident as he controlled the pace of the fight. He displayed impeccable grappling skills, taking advantage of every opportunity to get in close and prepare his ultimate strategy.
Il a pris plusieurs.
Et voilà, le changement de niveau magnifique. Et l'amener au sol.
Regardez comment il passe. Ouais,
Position
montée,
magnifique.
waouh.
Alors ça, c'est une position très dominante.
It was in the first round at 4:48 when Benoit capitalized on a crucial opening and executed a rear naked choke with surgical precision, forcing Bonfim to tap out. This submission not only ended the fight in spectacular fashion, but also reaffirmed Saint-Denis' status as one of the most lethal and technical finishers in the division. At UFC Fight Night, Gane vs. Spivak, the fight between Benoît Saint-Denis and Thiago Moises was characterized by escalating intensity. From the outset, both fighters competed at a frenetic pace. Moises, with his usual aggressiveness, attempted to pressure and dictate the pace, while Saint-Denis was meticulous, seeking the perfect opening to impose his dynamic game.
Thiago's got to get some respect. Benoit is just marching him down and blasting these kicks.
During the first round, intense exchanges were observed, in which Benoit seemed to adjust his strategy. Combining accurate strikes with his characteristic agile movement, the fight took a decisive turn in the second round. At approximately 4:44, Saint-Denis launched a series of precise punches that overwhelmed Moises' defense, leading the referee to stop the fight and declare a KO/TKO in favor of the God of War. With this victory, Benoit reaffirmed his status as a lethal finisher and demonstrated a marked evolution in his ability to transform pressure into decisive moments.
This is not an intelligent defense, and those are the
Thiago, defend yourself. Come on, roll.
Yeah, there's the rest. 30 seconds. So
Thiago. That's it. It's game over.
After lighting up the octagon in his recent bouts, Benoît Saint-Denis raises the curtain at UFC 295 to face Matt Frevola. From the outset, Saint-Denis imposed his aggression and began to orchestrate the fight in his favor. With measured movements and an unwavering attitude, he was able to unbalance Frevola, who was quickly overwhelmed by the Frenchman's speed and technique.
Bostant's in blue, Matt Frebola's in red. Part of Ray Longo's focus after that last loss, building awareness since then.
The decisive moment came just 1:31 into the first round, when Saint-Denis executed a devastating spinning kick. This devastating blow connected precisely to Frevola's head. leaving him unable to react and sealing the fight in spectacular fashion. The impressive conclusion not only drew a standing ovation from the crowd, but also reaffirmed Saint-Denis' status as one of the most lethal finishers in the lightweight division.
Here it does. Frivola.
But this is a grueling fight.
After his explosive victory against Matt Frevola, the unstoppable rise of the God of War prepares to face one of the most experienced warriors in the division. In his next challenge, Benoît Saint-Denis goes head-to-head with Dustin Poirier, promising an epic clash. From the start, Poirier displayed his clinical ability to neutralize the God of War's aggression, absorbing Saint-Denis' attacks while precisely calibrating his own attacks.
And as Poirier fights in the southpaw stance, as does Saint-Denis.
Oh yeah, guillotine. Got it standing. High elbow. Oh, Saint-Denis gets away.
The fight was a back and forth of intense exchanges where Poirier's experience contrasted with the Frenchman's overwhelming momentum.
Again, it's looking for a guillotine. One more time.
This one's tighter. Oh, his nickname is like the God of War.
Yeah. Looking for an armbar.
The fight took a crucial turn in the second round, when Poirier identified an opening in his opponent's offense and launched a lethal combination. With a series of powerful punches, Poirier landed a final shot at 2:32 of round 2, definitively halting Saint-Denis' attack, claiming the KO/TKO victory.
Again.
At UFC Fight Night, Moicano versus Saint-Denis in Paris, the fight between Benoît Saint-Denis and Renato Moicano was underway. From the first round, the electricity in the air was palpable. Saint-Denis, with his trademark aggression and the ferocity that has earned him the nickname God of War, launched a determined attack, seeking to impose his rhythm and break Moicano's defense.
Oh, look at this. That's a really nice entry.
But almost he wants to keep him right there. But Benoit does a great job. Gets back to those butterflies.
For his part, Renato displayed a solidity that belied his reputation and took advantage of every opportunity to counter the Frenchman's attacks with a precision in his striking. The exchange was constant and devastating, building tension that culminated in the second round.
And a body triangle keeps trying to turn over.
Oh, these are nasty shots. It's making him pay for that. You can hear them.
And any of that is just the damage. This is what you want to see from a strong grappler like Moicano.
It was at that moment that the intensity reached its peak. A succession of crushing blows took its toll on Saint-Denis' vision, and an inevitable eye injury forced the medical staff to intervene, halting the fight with a doctor's stoppage at 5 of round 2. With this unexpected outcome, Renato Moicano emerged victorious by TKO in a fight that demonstrated how unpredictable and dramatic fate can be in mixed martial arts. Benoît Saint-Denis embodies the determination and evolution of the modern fighter. Known as the God of War, his career has been defined by both his ferocious striking and his unwavering mastery of grappling, traits that have propelled him from his early days in Europe to the UFC elite. Each fight, whether an explosive victory or a learning experience marked by adversity, has forged an athlete unafraid to reinvent himself and adapt to the challenges of the octagon. His career is a clear demonstration of how the combination of military discipline, refined technique, and a relentless thirst for improvement can transform a promising prospect into a formidable contender. If you'd like to see more of his fights, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on upcoming stories and fights. See you in the next video.